Does technique analysis work and help you become a better tennis player? That's the topic of this video. Now, my intent behind making this video isn't to poop on or criticize any coaches that offer technical analysis services. My intent behind this video is to help you understand what's involved in improving so that you can become a better player. Because I spent most of my life playing tennis and being very frustrated by not being able to improve, and I finally figured out how to become a good player, so now I make these videos to help players like you. So hopefully you find the video helpful. If you do, it'd be awesome if you give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, it's much appreciated if you could do that as well. Does technique analysis help you improve and become a better player? The answer is, well, it kind of depends on a few different things. The way technique analysis is done these days, it generally involves you recording one of your strokes, sending the video to a coach, and then often what happens is the coach will make a side-by-side comparison with you and then a professional tennis player. Often one of the best players on the planet, and they'll say, look, this is what the best player on the planet does, and this is what you do. You need to do it more like them. No poop, Sherlock. The problem is, it's not that easy. They're the best players on the planet because they can do it. You don't go to a running coach and the running coach goes, look, just do this. You've seen Usain Bolt in the Olympics, he does this, he runs really fast, so you just need to pump your arms and legs faster and you'll run quicker like Usain Bolt. Because a running coach knows that it doesn't work like that. But for some reason in tennis, this is what happens. Oh, just meet the ball out in front. Meeting the ball out in front is extremely hard because it requires amazing visual skills, amazing coordination, and having seen thousands and thousands of balls come towards you so that you have got the ability to predict what the flight of the ball means so that you can start your swing at the right time. So it's not as simple as just meeting the ball out in front. And this is where it tends to go wrong. So in theory, technique analysis can work, but it needs to come with other stuff. It needs to come with a plan of how to actually implement changes. So firstly, obviously we accept that if we're trying to improve our forehand, none of us are ever going to hit our forehand like Federer. So maybe we can think about some of the things he does and we can model some of the things he does, but we can't copy him because he's one of the greatest players of all time. So with that said, we then need a sensible plan of what to work on. So if we have evaluated using your technique analysis and gone, okay, so the problem is that you're not doing a good unit turn, that's going to be a good analysis because a lot of people don't prepare effectively for their shots. But it needs to come with a plan of how you actually improve your unit turn. So me just telling you that you've got a problem doesn't help you. I need to help you understand how to fix that problem. So that means, how do you practice? What do you need to do? And I think maybe one of the best examples of this online, if you ever watch Essential Tennis, Ian from Essential Tennis, fantastic coaching methodology. He's out there on court, he's got his player, he does do side-by-side comparisons with pros to illustrate points, but then he kind of breaks down the skill and shows the player how to practice in progressive levels of difficulty to enable them to actually improve. And he records them and he shows them what they're doing, because a lot of people don't have good body awareness. By seeing themselves on video, it enables them to understand what they're doing, and then they're able to work through the progressions and improve. So that kind of technical analysis and comparison can be very effective, but because of the additional things that he provides with it. Something else that needs to come with the technical analysis for it to be effective is an understanding and maybe a plan to develop yourself physically, because even practicing in the right way only takes you so far. You have to have the physical capabilities to do the things that you're trying to do. And obviously I don't know what goes on when someone sends a coach a video for analysis. What feedback do they get? Do they get do they get a plan of how to improve their strength and their flexibility, so now they can actually get down and they can stay low through their forehand or whatever it is you need to work on? I don't know whether people give that out, because the things that you generally see online, it's just a side-by-side comparison. But in addition to the plan of how to practice things in a structured way, you also need a physical plan. And if you've got a physical plan, and someone who actually does this really well is Dr. Mark Kovacs. If you haven't done his Serve certification program, it's a fantastic program. He breaks down the biomechanics, the way that the pros hits it, but then there's a really big detailed section on, okay, there are biomechanics, there are physical things you need to be able to do. Your shoulder needs to be able to get in this position. Your legs need to be strong enough in order to be able to drive up. So he breaks down the technique, he does the comparison, the analysis, but then he gives you the physical plan to get your body able to do the thing that you're trying to do. So when technique analysis is done like that, with a good practice plan attached to it, and with a good physical plan in order to enable you to improve attached to it, then absolutely it can be a wonderful way for you to learn, develop higher level technique and become a better player. But what we often see is just, this is how Federer does it, this is how you're doing it. That I personally don't believe is going to be much help to anyone. So that is my take on it, and hopefully that makes sense. Before I close out the video, I want to let you know about a free resource that I've got for you, because one of the biggest limitations for most players is how well the visual system functions. And one of the things that I do is I teach players how to use brain-based training to become a more skillful player, so then they can play higher level tennis. So I've created a free vision program to help you improve your visual skills, so you can start to read where the ball's going more quickly, so that you can track the ball more effectively, so you can judge your distances better, start your swing at the right time, have better timing, and all that good stuff. I'll place a link up there, and I'll place a link in the description to this free program so you can check it out. But hopefully what I've explained in this video makes sense. I'm really not trying to criticize coaches. What I'm trying to do is help you to become a better tennis player. I'm a very passionate tennis player. I spend an offensively large amount of time thinking about how to improve, and I like to pass that information on to you. So if you've got any comments or feedback about what I've talked about here, leave them down below, and I will catch you next time.